ready to dive into React, Vue, or Angular? Before you start this journey, wait! Don't start learning a framework until you have nailed these essentials, because without them, you will end up frustrated. Before you dive into any JavaScript framework at all, there are some key JavaScript skills that will save you endless headache. Today, I am going to be talking from my experience as a full-stack developer. So you have to master key concepts like variables and scopings, because JavaScript scoping, especially with let, const, and var, is the foundation. So frameworks rely on predictable behavior here, and misunderstanding scope can lead into bugs in managing states or components. You have to understand the concept of closures in JavaScript. This is because closures are at the core of JavaScript, especially when dealing with functions that access variables outside their scope. Frameworks like React rely on closures to handle state updates, event handling, and even certain lifecycle behaviors. You must understand ES6 syntax. Modern frameworks heavily use ES6 features. This includes things like arrow functions, destructuring, rest or spread operators, and template literals. If these don't feel second nature to you, take time to practice. You need to understand prototyper inheritance and this keyword. Understanding this is very, very important. Frameworks like Angular have you writing a lot of object-oriented code, and you will encounter this a lot in JavaScript functions and classes. You don't need to master it, but you should definitely be comfortable with it. You must understand callbacks, promises, and async awaits. Asynchronous code is everywhere in frameworks. Knowing how to handle data asynchronously and how promises and async await work will make dealing with APIs or delayed data a breeze. Master this in and out before diving into a framework. Learn key web concepts beyond JavaScript. Frameworks don't just work in isolation. They are built on top of web fundamentals. Here is what you need to understand. First, you must understand DOM manipulation. Frameworks like React or Vue handle DOM manipulation for you, but knowing how the DOM works helps you troubleshoot and optimize your applications. Understand what the DOM is and try vanilla JavaScript methods like query selector, append child, or remove child before jumping into a framework. You need to understand event and event delegation. Handling events is central in frameworks, whether it's a button click or input field change. Knowing how event listeners work and how to manage them efficiently is important for performance. You must understand REST APIs and HTTP requests. Frameworks usually work with data from APIs. Know how to make requests with Fetch or a library like Axios. Understanding HTTP methods like GET, POST, put, and delete. You must know how to handle responses and errors. Master JSON. Okay, you will deal with JSON constantly. Know how to parse and work with JSON objects, as it's the standard data format used in APIs that frameworks often consume. Hey, you must gain familiarity with modern tooling. Frameworks almost always involve build tools and package management. Node.js and package managers like npm, pnpm, or yen These aren't just for backend. Most frameworks use Node for setting up local development environments and managing dependencies. No basic npm commands for installing packages, running scripts, and managing dependencies. You need to understand Webpack, Vite, or Pasu. While many frameworks have their own configurations, understanding the basics of module bundlers and how they work with ES6 modules will help you debug and optimize your build. Master Git and version control. Frameworks come with frequent changes and updates. Knowing how to use Git to save and track your work is crucial, especially as your project grows in size and complexity. I will advise you to practice with small JavaScript projects first. Before tackling a full framework, practice building a few simple JavaScript projects. This will help you apply what you've learned without the added complexity of framework. Examples of project ideas could be a simple calculator, a to-do list, or a weather application using API. And before we leave this screen, learn the mindset of reusable and component-based code. Frameworks are all about components and reusability. Teaching this concept in vanilla JavaScript will help you transition seamlessly into frameworks. Hence, master the concepts of reusable functions. Get in the habit of writing small reusable functions in frameworks. This same thinking applies to components. You must also master the concept of separation of concerns. Keep your code modular and organized. Frameworks like React, Angular, Vue, or any JavaScript framework emphasize keeping logic, presentation, and state separate. Mastering these basics will set you up for success with any JavaScript framework. Don't skip the groundwork. Level up your core skills and you will be ready to tackle React, Angular, Vue, or whatever comes next. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on becoming a pro developer. One love.